Hello, this is Joe Pryor, the virtual real estate team in Oklahoma City, and I want to talk about some problems sometimes that I have with investors. Now, a couple of things. First of all, I primarily, almost exclusively, work with out-of-state investors with a lot of high wealth clients, especially in the technology industry on the West Coast. And they really get in and get very exuberant about real estate once they discover the returns. Now, things are so expensive in California that they typically rent, but they want to build income through investment. And so sometimes they get, a little out of control, a little crazy. And here's the thing, they'll buy in multiple states. So if you're one of those investors that buy in multiple states, say you're buying in Oklahoma, and you're buying in Louisiana, you're buying in Florida, maybe buying in Texas, and you're buying multiple properties, this can really be problematic. And so I'm going to make a few bits of advice just based on experience so that you don't get caught in not being able to close on properties. Now, I really believe that you should work with one national mortgage company for everything. All right, because you need absolute coordination, absolute organization in order to get this thing right. First of all, to make sure that you qualify for everything. Number two, not getting credit pulls, with different mortgage companies, which is lowering your credit standing. And also timing, which is extremely important, because I've seen situations where people have had to say, well, okay, and that properties in Oklahoma City, we've already have these properties in Florida, and so those have to be rented before we can qualify you for the properties in Oklahoma City. And so there are some details here that are very, very important that I'd like to advise you on if you're buying in Oklahoma City, but also buying elsewhere. So you can do that. I mean, I'm okay with that. You don't have to buy everything in Oklahoma City. And I also have some recommendations on people that are in the lending industry that have tremendous reputations about being able to put multiple properties in multiple states together. And being able to get you where you can close all of them and could give you the proper advice and make sure that you don't lose any of these properties. So just remember, it's not a bad idea, but it is something that you need to be very careful about. You need to deal with the right people. The timing has to be right. We're more than happy to work with you on that. We just want to give you that warning so that you know this up front before you make the commitments.